What's up, traders? Welcome back to Unstockable Trading. In this video, we are going to discuss where are we going on this SPX, and then there are some tickers I want to have a brief breakdown on them. And then welcome to the new all-time high. We went to 29.49, let's say 29.50, and then called it 29.50 either today or tomorrow, and we hit 29.50 today. So what's next that we'll be looking at? 3,000 perhaps. We need to see what happened with Google in the after hours. So yeah, lay it down a lot, like 75 points, 80 points to 1100, 1190 right here. So what's going to happen tomorrow? Are we going to expect some kind of bounce? Yes, we are going to expect some kind of bounce towards the 1210, 1220-ish mark. That's kind of hopeful. I don't think we can see the 1220. Maybe the 1200 is going to be one, and then 1211. So that's going to be the next resistance at 1210-ish. Am I bearish? No, I'm not bearish. You'll be crazy if you're still bearish. Because think about this, okay? It's just my opinion. But if they bring this market to the all-time high at 29.49, the previous all-time high was 29.45. So do you think they are done with this, or are they going to continue push this higher? I think they are going to continue push higher, and then we just have to buy the dips. They're not going to say, okay, we are going to drop this market now since we already hit the all-time high. No, we are going to push higher, and then I have a mental target at 29.72, 29.80, and then eventually the 3,000 mark. So you have to know this. Market doesn't like to do what people have been saying to do. They always surprise people. So if everyone's talking about SPX 3000, the market will most likely not hit 3000. So we are not going to target 3000, but we'll be targeting 29.70, 29.80-ish in the next coming coming weeks. So what's gonna happen tomorrow with the QQQ, right? With the triple Qs, we are just above the we are literally on the 10 days moving average, and then we broke this previous resistance. There's nothing wrong with this. We can have a slow pullback, and the chart is still bullish because we're way extended. The 10 days, 5 days, we're way over it. So even if it pulls back between the 10 days, it doesn't matter because there's still a bullish trend. So I'll be buying the Qs tomorrow when I see 189. We'll be looking at 189.71, or we'll be looking at 188.6, which I doubt it's gonna hit 188. If it hit 189.2.6, I'm gonna buy it. Let's look at a Q for after hours. I'm curious too. We hit 189.2. Okay, so we hit 189.2, and then we need to look at 189.2. That's below this the previous low. So we are at the height of April 23rd, which is 6 days ago. So this will be our next stop for the support, and then if that breaks, we'll be looking at around the 186, which I highly doubt it go to 186. I'll be buying the Qs tomorrow. I want to talk about Apple and what my stance is on Apple. So we cannot expect every tech company to beat earnings. Okay, that never happened in the history of the stock market. At least one will fail. And then today, Google, it beat the earnings per share, but it missed on the revenue by about $1.03 billion. Is it a lot? Not really, but they still missed it. So With Apple, we need to look at what's their consensus on the earnings per share. If I remember correctly, this time they have a very low EPS. So what is going to happen tomorrow? We need to look at where Apple is standing right now. We're at 204.61, and then we fill this gap at the 205, 204-ish area. So what's the next one we're looking at? We're looking at right here, the 210-ish mark. We have an expected move of $9 on Apple for Friday. So I'm going to say that I think Apple is going to have a bullish earning, and then we'll be looking at the $211 mark, the 210-ish mark after earning. And that's going to drive the market crazy to the upside. And we also need to know that we have FOMC meeting on May 1st. Okay, I don't know why it's not popping up, but we have FOMC meeting this Wednesday, which is going to have kind of volatility within the markets. So here's what I see. Apple's going to go up to 210 after earning. So tomorrow, Apple should be choppy consolidation instead of like Google. If you see Apple tomorrow run up 1.2% pre-earning, something it's fishy. So I want to see Apple to be choppy and consolidation and maybe flat to red. That is fine. So there's a higher chance I think it'll go to a 210 if it happens like that. So would you buy Apple call? You'll buy it at the end of the day. If you see Apple run tomorrow, don't even try to get in. Don't even get puts either, because it can be choppy, like going up and going down after earnings. So we don't want that to happen to Apple. So if you would want to play Apple earnings, get some calls at the end of the day, like 5 minutes before closing, and just get it. And don't get too much, maybe 5, 10 contracts, whatever range you're comfortable with. The next one I'll be looking at is Netflix and what is going on with Netflix. I want to bring up, Disney, and because there's a correlation of Netflix going up, Disney going down, and vice versa. So what we see today is that Disney kind of opened high, and then it dropped, but then it consolidated for the rest of the day. So where do I think Disney's going through? This is just a normal pullback, nothing really unique about it. So I think Disney will break to the upside after it consolidates for a couple of days, and we can see potential 143 and then 145. So with Netflix, let's see what's going on. So Netflix, easy. We're looking at a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're looking at like a 5 tops. So with the 5 tops, I am not going to be bullish on Netflix anymore, because it doesn't look like it wants to break this $375 mark, and then tomorrow with Google, it's gonna drag Netflix down to a little bit to 368. So what I would do is I'm not even gonna trade Netflix anymore. I don't have a good history of making money on Netflix. So with this kind of choppy consolidation box zone, this is a bull flag forming, but then tomorrow Google is gonna break the Netflix bull flag. So I'm not gonna touch Netflix. I think the better trade right now is to buy some Disney calls and buy it tomorrow, or buy it they have earnings coming up. And one of my members thinks that he's pretty good at trading. He thinks that Disney is going to have a pre-earning run up, which I kind of agree, because with today's action with Disney, this is really consolidating, flat consolidating, so it doesn't really matter of this going down. I'm gonna buy this, so I'm gonna buy it tomorrow when Disney goes down again to maybe 138, 137. This is gonna be the range of buying, and then ride it to before earnings, which is next week. And looking at Facebook, made a huge profit on Facebook today by accumulating Facebook options on Friday afternoon and this morning. So Facebook, again, we have a strong resistance at 196. I think we are going to break it tomorrow or Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and I'll be having a price target of Facebook about $200 on Facebook. Why? We have a gap that needs to be filled, and we're so close to fill this gap. And I don't see Facebook going down anytime sooner with this kind of a bullish move. I think Facebook will continue grind higher. Even when Google takes the tech down in the after hour, I still believe that Facebook is going to be buy the dip this week. And of course, when you buy the dip, you have to buy 2 weeks out on the options. So, for example, you buy May 17th, 195 calls or 200 calls. And nvda, I am bullish on AMD earnings tomorrow after hour. So what's gonna happen tomorrow is that we have a pre-run on nvda if AMD beats earnings. So what I don't like about this is it stayed below the $180 resistance. We tried to touch it, but we couldn't break through it. So that's not a good sign. And on a bullish stance that we have so many wicks on the downside, that's also a bullish sign. But again, after hour, nvda is down about to 177.65. So in that case, we're looking at like somewhere here. Again, it's really not that bullish on nvda, but I'm expecting an AMD to have a good positive earning, so that can drive the semi to the upside. What we have to see is that nvda break this 180. Otherwise, what we did buying at 175, 173 again, and then have a potential run up into earnings, which is May 16th. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video.